Part of my legacy, young Sheldon star reacts to George's tragic fate. Hello everyone, my name is Liam, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like up. Lance Barber reflects on the emotional impact of George's death in Young Sheldon Season 7, calling it a memorable event. Despite George's flaws and past tragedies, young Sheldon successfully rehabilitated his image before his untimely passing. George's death will have a profound impact on the Coopers, especially Sheldon, as they navigate the aftermath in the series final. Lance Barber reacts to George's fate in Young Sheldon Season 7. After 7 years, George's death has finally arrived on the Big Bang Theory prequel. It's one of two major plot points about the Cooper patriarch that was previously established in the nerd-centric sitcom. With George's cheating scandal already reckoned earlier in Young Sheldon Season 7, his death is the only remaining arc left for the character. Despite being confirmed to happen long ago, it is still devastating to see the tragedy go down on screen. On the heels of George's death in Young Sheldon Season 7, Episode 12, A New Home and a Traditional Texas Torture, Barber talks to TV Insider to unpack the latest and biggest Cooper family tragedy. While the outing is harrowing, the actor is thrilled with how the writers came up with the beloved Cooper patriarch's send-off. He finishes it off by saying that playing George is now part of his legacy. Read his full quote below. "I love the writer's choice to end the episode that way, to tell the story that way because it's a great device. Everyone will feel that kick in the gut, and then they're left swirling in their loss the way that our characters do in that moment. And then it's over. And there you sit with what do you do next? And from an art standpoint, what a fun way to play with the audience and give them that experience. I imagine this whole thing will be polarizing. Some people will not like it because it's hard, and some people will appreciate it because it's hard. I certainly do. I have a selfish perspective on it ending the way that it is for my character because I think it's memorable. Selfishly, as a character actor, I get to play the part of America's dad gets to die on TV. To have that as part of my legacy as a TV actor, I think that's pretty neat. Despite not appearing in The Big Bang Theory, the flagship series established an image of George that cannot be further from young Sheldon's version of the character. While Sheldon and Mary talked about his flaws, the prequel showed his best qualities to flesh out the character. Barber has admitted that he was thrilled to play someone more nuanced than the punchline that George was in The Big Bang Theory. Unfortunately, this makes losing him more devastating for the Coopers, especially in light of what has transpired in this final year. George's funeral will be the focal point of young Sheldon's penultimate episode. It does seem like the CBS family comedy drama will devote its whole runtime to tackling the send-off for the Cooper patriarch. Life hasn't been easy for the Coopers, and young Sheldon leaned on those darker moments. George and Mary's marriage went through some rough patches, with Sheldon's dad even admitting once that he was so miserable with the life he had. In Young Sheldon Season 7, however, things have been turning around for the family, as highlighted by George getting a new job offer that would help him better provide for his family. His relationships with his kids and Meemaw were at an all-time high, and his marriage was in the best place it had been in years. It's so cruel that George won't be able to experience the life that he was working for. Sheldon and the Coopers' lives will be drastically changed by this loss. The aftermath of the tragedy will be tackled in the first half of the series final, which will see George's funeral. At the very least, however, young Sheldon was able to fully rehabilitate his image before he passed away. With George's funeral the focal point of young Sheldon's penultimate episode, it seems like the CBS family comedy drama will devote its whole runtime to sending off the Cooper patriarch. It's unclear if there will be any additional revelations in the episode, but it's worth noting that the gathering will also feature many of the show's most prominent recurring characters as they share Sheldon and his family's grief over the loss of George. Young Sheldon doesn't have enough time to show how the Coopers move forward from this tragedy. However, Georgie's The Big Bang Theory debut offered information about how the family coped with this extremely difficult situation. Considering their revitalized marriage, Mary was too grief-stricken to function after George died. This forced Georgie to take over the family. Missy, on the other hand, returned to her rebellious ways, while Sheldon focused on his post-grad studies at Caltech. Being away helped him get over the loss, although it's worth wondering if he was really able to properly process it. None of the remaining Cooper family members will be series regulars in Georgie and Mandy's spin-off, which will take place after the events of young Sheldon. This is despite continued petitions from fans to bring in Mary, Meemaw, and Missy, even as recurring guest stars. They could still appear in the upcoming spin-off, but it's highly unlikely that Georgie and Mandy's first marriage will dwell on George's death. Losing his dad, however, can be incorporated into his personal story, especially as he raises his first child in Cease. Just before George died, he and Georgie had a touching conversation about the younger Cooper's plans to become rich. His father, although a bit skeptical, didn't shoot down the idea. As revealed in The Big Bang Theory, Georgie eventually accomplished this goal by being a successful entrepreneur. While this isn't directly tied to George's death, it is one creative way to honor his legacy and memory. George and Georgie's relationship wasn't always easy in young Sheldon, so it would be interesting to see how the Cooper's eldest kid looks back on his dad after the unexpected tragedy. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.